Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today I am talking about the Xbox and Bethesda Showcase. This is a serious video. I'm not going to be joking around. We're just going to go ahead and talk about how things really are and what's really going on. So, if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. You can call me an Xbox fanboy all you want, but this is my honest, straight up, as a video game player first, content creator second, my feelings on the show. And this is 100% true. I would say out of the 30 games that were shown tonight on the Xbox Showcase, I am 100% interested in trying them out. And I'm 100% happy that they're in Game Pass so that I don't have to put the money up to play these games. Now, a lot of people... I just got done watching a couple content creators' initial thoughts about this, and it seems like both of them came right from their live streams, right from their community of PlayStation fanboys and everything else. So I don't know if maybe some of that kind of influenced the way they wanted to talk about it afterwards or something, but that's kind of what it seems like. And, you know, I mean, like, one of these content creators used to literally work for PlayStation, so I mean, I can kind of understand why everything was trash when it comes to Xbox. That kind of mindset, let me just say how I feel about this. That kind of mindset for video games, man, is why nobody's happy anymore. Like, nobody's happy anymore. It doesn't matter what anybody shows you, nobody's happy. I'm genuinely happy every time I see these shows, and this is the way I do it. This is what separates me from a lot of the other gamers, casual gamer YouTubers on YouTube. When I see a game that looks interesting to me, like we're going through and we see something like the Wolong show up, and I see just that little bit of gameplay or cutscene or whatever, I'm genuinely interested in that. So when I'm going through the Xbox store or see it on the shelf or something like that, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that game. And then I buy it. Do I follow games super closely nowadays? No. And there's a reason for that. The more gameplay I see, the more I start to get desensitized to that experience. So it doesn't... I used to do that a lot. I used to follow the games and and watch everything I could find and try to see as much about the video game as I possibly could. And it would always kind of underwhelm my experience. So now I've learned that it's better that when I just see the game and then I pick it up later after it comes out, I usually have a lot better time with that game. It's usually more impressive. It blows me away longer than normally if I would just keep. And I think that's kind of what happened with Horizon Forbidden West, because I was watching a lot of that, being a content creator, making videos and stuff on it all the time, and it was something that I kind of probably desensitized myself to before the game even came out, so it wasn't as impressive. Now, everything that Xbox showed tonight was not everything, but almost everything was pretty interesting to me. A lot of people that watch my show, a lot of people that watch all these other content creators, a lot of you guys were out there listening to all the hype and everything. And you got yourself overhyped. You get yourself overhyped every single time there's a show. And then when they show the things that you don't want to see, you automatically get upset at that. And then you start getting mad and resentful. And then it takes you a little while to calm down. And then if you keep bouncing around to all these content creators that are just fueling that fire for clicks, they're just taking advantage of you guys. They're just taking advantage of your moment of weakness because you're genuinely frustrated that you didn't get to see the one thing that you wanted to see or the couple things that you wanted to see. So these guys are out there taking advantage of you to get your clicks, to get y'all amped up, to get y'all hyped, to get y'all angered. First they hype y'all up with all this fake nonsense that, oh yeah, Xbox is going to show you all this, or PlayStation is going to show you all this, and then they turn around and hype you up with all the hate and anger because, man, Xbox didn't do it, or PlayStation didn't do it, and it was upsetting and stuff. that last PlayStation State of Play, I was genuinely happy with it, man. They showed me a lot of stuff that I wanted to see. Now I'm super excited for Resident Evil 4. I'm super excited for Callisto Protocol. I'm super excited for Street Fighter 6. You see how that works? I watched it. I didn't go into it thinking like, oh my gosh, they're going to show us like God of War and all this other stuff. Now, in the back of my head, I was thinking, well, it'd be cool if they showed us God of War and gave us a release date, or they would show us this or that. Yeah, there's always that thought in the back of my head. It's always in the back of my head, though. I usually watch the show and take them at face value until they're over. And then I reflect on what I saw, because clearly that's what I saw, and they didn't show me any of the other stuff, so it's fine. Like, it's fine. There was enough in that show to genuinely get me excited for the next 12 months of games. Now, don't let these guys take advantage of you, man. Don't let these content creators take advantage of you and play around with your emotions and stuff, because, dude, why do we want to be angry gamers? I don't understand it. Like, why do we want to be angry gamers? I voiced my opinion with the PlayStation 5, and seeing Forza Horizon tonight, or Forza Motorsport, that literally just proves my point that, like, hey, man, like, PlayStation is, like, overcharging us. They're making us pay $70 for PlayStation 4 games after we already bought a PlayStation 5. Like, this ain't cool. And everybody's like, no, it's fine, man. You just don't trust PlayStation's greatness. Man, I know PlayStation is great. Clearly, I have a freaking PlayStation. I get it. Like, I love PlayStation. I have a PlayStation. But they're overcharging us for PlayStation 4 games, and I don't think that's cool. I don't think that is cool. I think they should be giving us what they said they were gonna give us. They said Gran Turismo 7 was gonna be a next gen game. That is anything but next gen. It is 100% PlayStation 4 game with PlayStation 5 makeup slapped on it, and it wears off pretty quick. Like, you can see through it. Like, it's like they use the Walmart brand makeup for it, and it's like not that good. You guys got to stop overhyping yourselves, man. I really try really hard on this channel not to overhype people. I do. I try really hard not to get people overhyped, and I try not to feed into all the rumors and speculation and all of that stuff that everybody tries to put out there. I really try to avoid that stuff. I do, and this is why. This is why. Because now I'm not sitting here mad at Microsoft in the world because they didn't show me some game that they were supposed to show me that somebody said. Look at all the stuff that, like, the PlayStation fanboys channels go through, man, all the time. They're always out there hyping up all this stuff, man, and like it never comes to pass, and then they're all mad and they're disappointed. Well, yeah, of course they're mad and they're disappointed, man. They hyped everybody up because they had some sources that said, and then it turns out to be like, no, dude, there's nothing. They don't know anything. None of us know anything. Microsoft isn't going to call any of us YouTubers, unless you're Colt or somebody else maybe, and maybe they have like a lowdown on what's going on, but they're not going to call us and be like, hey, man, we got these really cool games we're going to show off, man. You should be prepared for it. They're not going to do that, man. They're not going to call any of us content creators and tell us any of this. We're not going to meet some magical freaking developer that's going to start feeding us information. Maybe a select few out there actually know, but most of those guys are probably going to respect their source and just be excited and let people be excited about it. Every now and then you do get somebody that's going to tell you some stuff. I guess there was a leak that was talking about all this stuff, and they were right on the money, but I didn't pay attention to that, so I wasn't upset. I didn't know what to expect tonight. I didn't know. I had hopes. I wanted to see some Hellblade 2. I really wanted to see some Contraband, some of that other stuff, but none of that was set in stone. I didn't know. Nobody knew. I mean, that Overdose game from Kojima, that kind of sounds kind of cool, but we didn't see that. But yeah, man, don't let these freaking don't let any of us content creators take advantage of you, man. Like, don't let us play with your emotions. Don't do that. It's not smart. It's not smart, man. Stop getting overhyped for these shows. Clearly, PlayStation is not going to have anything next gen until 2025. All of their developers, their heavy hitters, were putting their games out at the end of the generation. It's going to be like PlayStation 4 again, but instead of it being like the PlayStation 4 generation where they didn't have anything, they are doing a bunch of remasters and director's cuts and stuff like that to try to boost their content. Gran Turismo 4, it's been worked on all last generation. They were doing Gran Turismo 7. They put Gran Turismo 7 out, a PlayStation 4 game, with a little bit of makeup. The same with Horizon Forbidden West, the same with God of War. All of these games have been being worked on for a while. You will not see another Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog, you'll see a game from Naughty Dog this generation, but Sony Santa Monica, if that game comes out at the end of this year, you're not going to see another game from Sony Santa Monica for about 5 years. And that's just how it is now. It's the development time is so long. I mean, they've been working on, we probably won't even see some of these games like Elder Scrolls 6 or any of this other stuff till maybe close to the end of this generation. Now you guys need to get your stuff in check, man. Like, you need to get your stuff in check. Like, if they were to start putting out 5 exclusives a year, Sony and Microsoft, like, do they even have enough teams to rotate five studios out every 5 years? I mean to be able to fill in that. So I just don't know. I don't know. Like, you guys expect all of this stuff, and it's usually the third party developers that keep us afloat throughout the generation and iterate, and bring new stuff. There has to be mid games throughout the generation. Like, there has to be them. You guys keep saying all these games are mid and they're trash, but there has to be those games so that they can keep you busy for the next AAA banger. They have to exist. It doesn't matter if you like them or if that's what you wanted to see or if you're not getting your game fast enough. These games have to exist. They have to exist so that you have something to play. So that you have a reason to be in their ecosystem. So that they can say, oh yeah, we got all these games. We got all these games over here. I really have been like turning to AA games a lot lately because the AAA bangers, they're just not doing it for me anymore like they used to. And I mean, who knows if they were doing it before? Because clearly, I was starting to get bored. I was starting to get restless and wanting something new all the time, and I was starting to spend a lot of money. I'm starting to spend a lot of money on video games. I'm not spending a lot of money on video games because I'm like the best gamer in the world, and I get through them in 10 minutes all the time. I'm buying a lot of video games because I'm getting bored with not having anything to do. The only games that I spend tons and tons of hours on are racing games and Ubisoft games. Open world games, man, I spend a lot of time in those because it's something to do. And like, let's be honest, man, the games are just not innovating fast enough. And yeah, dude, they can keep innovating with pretty graphics all they want, but dang, man, where's the content? I don't want to just sit and watch a movie game for $70 5 times a year. I want something to play. I want something to do. I want to have fun. That's why I'm really starting to look back at some of that's why I'm really starting to look into RTS games and Metroidvania games again, because I like to play those and they were fun back in the day. So I want to turn my attention to some of that stuff, maybe try out some of these, like indies, like some AA's, some stuff like that. I want something new, something that's going to feel different. I want to play a game where developers are pushing the boundaries and not just cranking out another safe game every freaking 5 years so that they can hurry up and cash in on it in the first couple of weeks and then drop the price down to next to nothing and stack it in with their console for the rest of the generation. Like, seriously, man, like, we keep hyping these AAA games up and very few are turning out to be good, man. Elden Ring, solid experience. Witcher 3, solid experience. Death Stranding, solid experience if you want an open world game. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, solid experience if you want an open world game, man. Like, these are good games that like carried me through last generation. Forza Horizon 4, Forza Horizon 5, great games, man. Gran Turismo 7, if you're a PlayStation only guy, yeah, that one should get you through. That one should definitely get you through. Forza Motorsport, some of that stuff. Those are the go-to games that I go to keep my attention while I'm waiting for that next AAA super banger to come out and like blow me away. And gosh, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just getting way more picky, but yeah, I don't know, man. Ever since Jim Ryan made that freaking stupid statement, we're going to let the games speak for themselves, man, I've been paying a lot closer attention to what PlayStation's putting out. And it really does feel like they are just overloading us with a bunch of PlayStation 4 games, charging us $70, and then in a little while, in the generation, they're going to come out, and we're going to actually see some next-gen games from PlayStation, and we're going to be like, wow, these are great, but we're going to have to play through 5 years of mid to get there, and that's disappointing, man. That's really disappointing. And I mean, Xbox is really no different, but they've already they've already been working on their next gen games for a few years longer, because they didn't really have a whole lot toward the end of the generation to put out. Halo, I just don't know, man. I don't know what to expect from either one of these companies, man. If you guys are saying that Xbox is bad, I'm pretty sure PlayStation's right there next to them. Basically just giving us pretty looking last gen games. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I thought being a content creator was going to be fun and exciting, and it seems more like I'm just trying to talk people off the edge because of all the other content creators. I've told you guys a million times that negativity really sells, and gosh, man, it's so much easier to get people interested in some negative gaming stuff than it is to actually sit down and talk to somebody and like really be a gamer, man. Like, enjoy your games, man. They're just video games. They really are just video games. At the end of the day, getting so hyped that you get angry when you're not getting something. And I used to do that when I was younger too, man. Like, I get it. But getting so hyped that you're angry, man, I just don't know if that's the way it should be. I mean, obviously these games, if we want them to be bigger and better, they're going to take more time, but putting all the pressure on the devs, it's like they're just cutting out a lot of stuff that would probably be good anyways. Like, I don't know. I'm excited for Starfield. That one's really got me excited. Forza Motorsport, really excited for that game. Redfall, man, I cannot wait to play that game. It looks cool. It looks fun. I don't have anything on the PlayStation that looks that good. And I mean, I bet more people are going to play Redfall than they are going to play any of them PlayStation exclusives combined. I think more people are going to be on Redfall when that game comes out, because it looks fun, and it will be fun. I can already tell you it looks fun. So, all right, if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Thanks for listening to my rant.